Li Changge travels through the urban world and becomes the villainous rich second generation of a book. This wealthy second generation is still the female lead's Tim G.Li Changge directly awakens the blackened selection system, and as long as he completes the selection, he can receive rewards. Who should be the one who loves to add G? Anyway, I shouldn't be the one. Any male or female protagonist should keep a low profile and be honest with me. Ding, successful host selection, obtain Destiny Control Card X1. Ding, successfully selected the host and obtained the Yellow Emperor's Inner Canon. Ding, the host has successfully selected and obtained 50 years of internal power cultivation. After Li Changge made his choice, he gradually realized that something was wrong. Why do the female leads look afraid of me? Do you still beg me for kindness? Please let go. School flower elementary school girl. I've already given birth to your child, can you be better to me? Gao Leng, a childhood sweetheart, said, Chang Ge, I agree to any of your demands. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Licking Dog Rich Second Generation. No, I want to punch hard. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Magic City, at the entrance of Tianlan University. Bang! With a loud sound, the pink and cute women's electric car collided head-on with a low-key sports car with the Sveriga Imperial Air Force emblem. Ah, it hurts so much, it hurts so much. The girl knocked herself down on the ground. A head of pitch-black long hair, adorned with exquisite and playful cartoon coffee cat hair clips. On her fair and holy face, there was a charming blush. Red mouth, bright eyes, and white teeth. This is a cute girl who seems to have walked out of a manga. However, her current situation is not very good. The beautiful legs exposed under the white skirt were mercilessly pressed down by the pink electric car. Blood seeped out from the snow-white palms and knees. Although it's a skin injury, it looks very painful to a young girl. In the sports car, Li Changge held the steering wheel and silently looked at the front of the car. There was a confused expression in the eyes at first. Gradually sobering up. I actually traveled through time. Or did you travel through a novel? Li Changge had a complex expression and murmured. I woke up from sleep and realized that I had actually traveled through time. Li Changge felt very uncomfortable in his heart. Life is so unpredictable. Time travel is considered as time travel. Start over. But unexpectedly, I traveled through a novel. It's outrageous. And this is an ordinary urban novel in plain Chinese. It was popular for a while back then, and Li Changge had watched it before, but he couldn't help but chase after it. Because the novel is too cliché, the plot of Li Changge is very clear. Especially the villain rich second generation inside, with a super upper-class family background and billions of assets. I am also a handsome and talented man, a rare beauty in the world. A well-designed city with high wealth and handsome appearance. Destined to become the supreme figure and shine for a lifetime. However, this wealthy second generation is actually a licking dog, crazily licking the school flower elementary school girl who is the female lead. Just for the generous hospitality of the wealthy second generation, the female protagonist Xiaohua Xiaomei did not appreciate it. On the contrary, there is some aversion and disgust towards the wealthy second generation. In the end, due to excessive licking and taking the initiative against the male lead, he was ultimately ruined and despised by the male lead. This licking dog rich second generation is now Li Changge. He traveled through time and became the second generation of this licking dog villain. Having billions of assets, or the wealthy second generation of the Li family in the Magic City super family, what's wrong with being a licking dog? Although I have a wonderful life, I end up being a licking dog and cutting off my future. Li Changge is speechless. At first, when he read this novel, he felt that this wealthy second generation had a mental illness. To give up everything for a woman. A big husband doesn't have a wife. Moreover, with the family background of the wealthy second generation, what kind of beauty cannot be obtained? Crazy licking of the female lead, this is not a mental illness, what is it? That female lead also has a brain problem. The original female lead Chu Mengyao and Li Changge met for the first time and collided with Li Changge's supercar. They are required to pay a compensation of over 100,000 yuan. Li Changge fell in love with Chu Mengyao at first sight and said he didn't need to accompany her. Get a high quality gold good person card. And the male lead Yang Hao, who came on stage next, casually treated Chu Mengyao's leg injury, but he gained great favor from Chu Mengyao. Yang Hao was also shameless and had extremely thick skin, taking this opportunity to confess successfully. The most ridiculous point is that the male lead Yang Hao chose to become a son-in-law in order to have a bright future. Feeling disheartened, Chu Mengyao chooses to get engaged to Li Changge and uses the Li family to retaliate against Yang Hao. Although she is the fiancée AE, she has always remained steadfast and refused to let Li Changge touch her. Li Changge, who was in opposition to the protagonist Yang Hao, ultimately lost his family. When the Li family fell, Chu Mengyao naturally left Li Changge. As for what happened afterwards, Li Changge, who had seen his blood soar, crossed over before finishing his pursuit. With the urine nature of the sand sculptor, everyone must be happy, and the harem is stewed together for a big reunion, so, this is not a brain problem, what is it? This Chu Mengyao is a disaster star. In the future, you must never be soft-hearted. Li Changge said to himself in his heart. Moreover, since I have replaced my original body, it is naturally impossible for me to become a licking dog. Backed by a super big family, with billions of assets, young and wealthy, handsome and talented. What beauty cannot be obtained? What kind of male and female lead, what kind of bloody plot, don't let me touch it. Provoke me. Strike with a heavy punch. Treat me like a fool, a stepping stone. It doesn't exist. If I don't kill you, I'll burn Gao Xiang. At this moment. Ding dong. Little flying stick coming. A delicate and tender laughter from a girl named Luo Li with a belly in her skin rang out in Li Changge's mind. Ding. Detected that the host is too excited, and the blackening selection system is activated. The host has been bound, Li Changge. Li Changge was confused. Am I too excited? Do you have it? However, the system is here. It's a blackened selection system. Sure enough, the heavenly way has not abandoned itself yet, and I am indeed a chosen person by heaven. Just as I was reborn, the system appeared. Never die in a great disaster. Now, coupled with the presence of the system, I see what else the male and female leads can do. The activated system is a blackened selection system, which is great. Don't be the kind-hearted idiot in the novel licking the dog rich second generation. In this life, just be a hypocrite with a black heart and hard hands. Better call me a burden to the world than a burden to the world. Ding dong. The system prompts. The girl Luo Li laughed again. Your heart is starting to darken, with a blackening value of +5, stamina of +5, and the ability to obtain. Invincible from all kinds of poison. Note that all poisons do not invade. You are immune to all toxins and can use sarin gas as oxygen and pesticides as beverages. Attachment. Your blood can be used as an antidote. Subsequently, Li Changge felt that his physical fitness was improving and his strength was increasing. Blackout value. The ability to resist all kinds of poison. Can the body actually turn black on its own? Li Changge couldn't help but raise his eyebrows and didn't say anything. System, could you introduce yourself? Also, what can I get from you? Lastly, what is the use of this blackened value? The new book sets sail, kneeling down to seek all resources. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 2. Choosing is too shameless. But I really like it. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hee 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 hee, the host has quite a personality, I like it. The system playful Luo Li girl's voice rang out. Li Changge. This system is not very serious. But surprisingly not annoying. The blackening selection system, as the name suggests, the deeper the host blackens, the more things they gain. As for how to blacken it out, how to do it, hee 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 hee. I think you, the host, don't know that. Do you still want this system to personally teach you? No, of course, this system will also release selection tasks from time to time, and the host will receive corresponding rewards after completing the selection. Blackout value, equivalent to money, can be used to purchase items in blackout stores. After speaking, the system is no longer cumbersome to introduce, let Li Changge directly understand. Blackout selection system host. Li Changge ability. Invincible to all poison skills. Props. Blackout value. 5 points blackout store. Unlocked, for self-viewing, in front of me, a system interface appeared. Not only that, there is also a character model displayed next to the system interface. Upon careful examination, Li Changge found that the model was constructed based on his own body proportions, and the heart part had become pitch black. The other parts are still white. Obviously, the black heart indicates that it has been blackened out. Next up. Li Changge opened the blackening store with some curiosity. Take a look, good guy. Blackout store skills. Martial arts, medical skills, marksmanship, master-level driving skills. Huangdi Neijing, 6 Meridian Divine Sword, Biming Divine Skill, Undead Divine Skill, Undead Classic, Burning Technique Pills. Lonely Pill, Zhuyan Pill, 10-Year Longevity Pill, Foundation Building Pill, Sweating Medicine, 10 Fragrance Soft Muscle Powder, Ahuan Powder, Corpse Transformation Powder Weapons. Blood Drinking Sword, Rainstorm Pear Flower Needle, Rui Gold Hoop Stick, Shark Tooth Sword, Tianwen, Soul Eating Stick, Brick Internal Power Cultivation Category. 10 years of internal power cultivation, 20 years of internal power cultivation, 50 years of internal power cultivation, 100 years of internal power cultivation daily items. La Ferrari, Chopin 201 Carat Watch, Tissue, Small Umbrella Other. There are many types in the store, very complete, only unexpected, there is nothing missing. You get what you pay for. Beginner martial arts only require 10 blackening points. Advanced martial arts require 100 blackening points. The Yellow Emperor's inner cannon has reached a blackening value of 100,000. After watching for a while, Li Changge withdrew his gaze. If there are not enough blackening values, just take a look at these. Outside the car, waves of coquettish cries and painful sounds could be heard. Li Changge finally realized that he had just hit someone. However, how does this scene have a sense of familiarity with routines? Immediately, Li Changge realized. Isn't this the plot where the wealthy second generation first meets Chu Mengyao in the novel? After seeing her elementary school sister Chu Mengyao, she started on the road of licking dogs and never returned. However, I won't be a licking dog myself. Whoever loves to go. When Li Changge was considering how to handle it, the system prompted him. Blackout Selection System. Prompt, the host is the first to select a task. Chu Mengyao crashed the host's supercar, and the host has the following options. 1. Kill Chu Mengyao, reward. Super SSS level blade slash. Note. With this skill, no woman can survive under your sword for 0.01 seconds, limited to women only. 2. Claim more than 100,000 yuan from Chu Mengyao, causing her to lose all her assets and cause her family to perish. Reward. 100 billion yuan, plus a 100 times critical hit consumption return coupon. 3. Break Chu Mengyao's legs and cancel this matter with one stroke. Reward. Lingbo micro step, plus a golden wheelchair. 4. Threaten Chu Mengyao with this, commit to you, serve as a slave, and reward. A fate control card, hehe, my dear master, please choose. Explain to the system what the fate control card does. Looking at option 4, Li Changge asked. The system provides an explanation. Destiny control card, after use, you can select a person, and the host can freely eavesdrop on the target character's voice and view what the target character will experience on the day. After listening, Li Changge fell silent for a while. The choice is too shameless. But I really like it. What should we do? The enemy died easily, that's too cheap for them. To make them step into the abyss of pain and unable to extricate themselves is what Li Changge most wants. He is a qualified villain and should have a trick. Thinking of this, Li Changge's eyes sparkled with light. System, I choose the fourth option. With a destiny control card, one can freely control the woman Chu Mengyao. Money is not lacking for oneself. Knife techniques, such as Lingbo micro steps, are temporarily useless. And what the hell is that super SSS blade / only effective on women? Hehe. Congratulations to the host for making a wise decision. He is truly the master valued by this system. When dealing with enemies, it is better to make them live than to die, said the black girl with a smile. System. Rewards received, host pays attention to checking. Fate control card X1 appears in the system item bar. Your heart is starting to darken again, with a darkening value of +3 and stamina of +10. Reward. Unfortunately, you didn't gain much this time. Li Changge felt a surge of warmth in his body, and he felt that his physique had greatly improved. I feel good. Now Chu Mengyao is just a simple, innocent, and well-behaved college student. Nowadays, Yang Hao is only a poor college student who has learned some fur medicine skills from his mysterious grandfather. With Li Changge's current status and financial resources as a second-generation wealthy individual, coupled with the presence of the system, it's easy to deal with two people. Don't be too simple. However, there is a problem that Li Changge has to worry about. In the novel, with a background of prominent identity and status, he is far behind Yang Hao in terms of talent and appearance. When I see Chu Mengyao, I turn into such a humble-licking dog. In the struggle against Yang Hao, he never had a single advantage. Moreover, various bizarre and brainless behaviors emerge. The new book sets sail, kneeling down to seek all resources. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 3. Undoubtedly the female protagonist, she speaks with a slutty tone. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Among them. Naturally, it is due to the halo of male and female protagonists. It is also a bizarre setting arrangement by the sand sculptor. Now, when I travel through books, will I be suppressed by the heavenly way? After all, I am the villain. At the thought of this, Li Changge couldn't help but frown. If that's really the case, Ma Dan. That's really troublesome. Thinking of this again, Li Changge's eyes flashed with a cold light. To prevent the boat from capsizing in the sewer, otherwise kill Chu Mengyao and Yang Hao, that bastard. Hehe, director, your brain is starting to darken. Black value +5, stamina +10, gain. Decreasing intelligence aura immune buff. Note. Decreasing intelligence halo immune buff can bless the host and its allies, reduced intelligence aura immune buff. Li Changge secretly felt fortunate. Sure enough, it makes sense to worry about oneself. Yang Hao's grandson is still the protagonist of the dimensional world. Otherwise, there is a real possibility of capsizing in the sewer. Immediately, the system interface refreshed. Blackout selection system host. Li Changge ability. Invincible to all poisons, reduces intelligence halo immunity buff skills. Prop. Fate control card X1 blackout value. 13 points blackout store. Unlocked, for self-viewing, there are no worries left. Next, Li Changge wants to turn Chu Mengyao into a lowly servant girl and a plaything in her hands. Little by little, mercilessly trampling on her dignity. Let her live forever in despair and pain until death. Li Changge doesn't need any guilt, let alone any feelings towards her. At most, it's just a breeding tool. In the novel, Chu Mengyao is ruthless and merciless towards everything she has done. Now, Li Changge is just a timely stop-loss and interest recovery. At this point in time, Li Changge, who is familiar with the plot of dog blood novels, remembers that at this time, Chu Mengyao was only a freshman in college. She is not Yang Hao's girlfriend yet. The two of them just developed a mutual liking and have not yet expressed their love for each other as classmates. But later on, Yang Hao will appear and use the medical skills he learned from the mysterious grandfather to cure Chu Mengyao. Of course, it is impossible for Li Changge to watch this script develop. Cut off the male lead and make the female lead fall in love with him. Li Changge thinks this is difficult and the operation index is high. It is time-consuming, laborious, and not pleasing. It's not realistic either. After all, the male and female protagonists in the novel are the CP set by the sand sculptor himself. Comes with a halo effect of mutual attraction between male and female protagonists. If the front doesn't work, then take a different approach. Torment Chu Mengyao. The person who left a strong impression on Chu Mengyao became himself, not Yang Hao. If you are a villain, then you have to use the villain's heart and black hand tricks. Otherwise, selling dog meat while hanging sheep's heads, portraying villains as righteous, and portraying tigers as anti-dog-like, is not it disgusting for the Yanzu people who come to watch the excitement. Thinking of this, Li Changge restrained the darkness in his eyes and replaced it with a harmless smiling face. The driver's door of the sports car opened and Li Changge, who had a slender figure, walked out. Looking at the girl who ran into her own supercar in front of her, the protagonist of the novel, Li Changge, also had to admit. Chu Mengyao is truly the female lead, she is very beautiful. Because it was too painful, the girl's rosy little mouth was slightly open. Those watery big eyes were covered in a layer of mist, which looked adorable and pitiful. At first glance, there is an inexplicable anger. What an unforgivable mistake it was to turn such a lovely girl into such a pitiable one. The collision just now not only tilted the front of the girl's electric car, but also damaged the right side light of the sports car. The clearly defined carbon fiber body is even more riddled with scratches. Seeing the car owner Li Changge come down, the girl glanced at her masterpiece and said in confusion with a choked voice. "Sir, yes. I'm sorry, I was in a hurry to make my way. I didn't expect you to suddenly drive over." Listening to this, I suddenly felt a sense of awkwardness. Oh, according to what you said, you still have reason for going against the trend. Li Changge couldn't help but sneer. No, that's not what I meant. The girl quickly explained. How about? I'll compensate you with money. I only have over 900 yuan on me, I don't know if it's enough. If it's not enough, I still have over 3,000 yuan in my bank account. At this moment, the girl looked at Li Changge with a pitiful expression. It seems that in this situation, as long as it is a normal man, one should not trouble such a lovely and pitiful beautiful girl. However, at this moment, Li Changge remained unmoved. It seems like the cute and beautiful girl in front of me is no different from an ordinary girl. The debunking aura immune buff has been activated. At this point, on Li Changge's sunny and handsome face, a cruel and bloodthirsty sneer hung at the corner of his mouth. Extremely disharmonious. She is truly the female lead, speaking with a slutty tone. If possible, I really want to kill this female lead. But that doesn't mean much. Isn't it good to keep playing experience? Chu Mengyao felt Li Changge's unkindness and was immediately frightened, causing the girl's face to turn pale. I thought Li Changge was a reckless and domineering wealthy second generation. Chu Mengyao was so frightened that she burst into tears with tears streaming down her face, pleading. Big brother, I just bumped into your beloved car, and I didn't mean to. You wouldn't want to kill me, would you? Li Changge did not show any evil or obscene expression, and the girl was not worried that the man in front of her would act recklessly. Furthermore, this is still the bustling entrance of the university. In broad daylight, Li Changge, who drove a luxury car, appeared to be someone with status and wouldn't do such dirty things. Even so, the girl was full of fear towards Li Changge. The wealthy child in front of me is bound to be a pervert. If it weren't for her legs being pressed under the electric bike now, she would have chosen to escape this fierce-looking man as soon as possible. You can't scare Chu Mengyao anymore, otherwise it won't be fun in the future. Thinking of this, Li Changge restrained herself and put on a smiling face. Like the gentle spring breeze. Sister, have you broken your leg? Is it okay or not? The new book sets sail, kneeling down to seek all resources. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. 100W. Chu Mengyao was frightened, begging for help. You are listening at Novel Full.Audio. Upon hearing Li Changge's concern and inquiry, Chu Mengyao, who had previously been tense, couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. She instinctively moved her calf, and the pain that pierced her bone marrow suddenly came. The feeling below the knee of the right leg is also out of control. The pain made Chu Mengyao's tears fall uncontrollably. Ah, it hurts so much. It really hurts. Good brother, please, can you take me to the hospital? The soft and fragile sound of glutinous rice was accompanied by pleading. Sure. Li Changge nodded, his sunny and handsome face showing a warm and kind smile. Brother, thank you. I knew you must be a good person. Chu Mengyao wiped the corners of her eyes, and a faint smile appeared on her pale yet lovable face. There is a unique beauty. A good person. Li Changge sneered even more in his heart. Chu Mengyao is truly the female lead of the White Lotus. She had just traveled for a few minutes when she arranged a good person card for herself. In the novel, she tormented me as an immature person who never became a ghost. Do you still want to come? Dream it. Brother, can you help up the electric bike? My legs are almost crushed. If I drag on any longer, my legs may fall ill. Chu Mengyao's pear blossoms bring rain, and Chu looked pitifully at Li Changge. If she really falls disabled for this, Chu Mengyao will really feel uncomfortable and die. Li Changge glanced at his fair calves pressed down by the pink electric car. Oh, they have already started to turn red and swollen, and there is still blood flowing. Obviously, the collision was not light. If left untreated, there is a real possibility of falling into disability. Seeing this, Li Changge felt inexplicably relieved in his heart. This is not urgent for now. Li Changge's tone is neither tight nor slow. Before sending you to the hospital again, let's talk about compensation first. Compensation. The turning point of Li Changge made Chu Mengyao a bit confused. Why, shouldn't you compensate for the damage to my car? Li Changge's tone is plain. No, brother. I will accompany you, I will definitely accompany you, Chu Mengyao explained in a somewhat anxious tone. She is not that kind of bad girl. Then, Chu Mengyao looked anxiously at the sports car she had hit in front of her. She doesn't recognize the strange and unique logo. However, no sports car can be associated with any luxury. The more strange the mark, the more it will be compensated. Chu Mengyao timidly asked in a tone that was insufficient. Well, your car isn't cheap, is it? Li Changge talks a lot of nonsense to Chu Mengyao. Konisek 1, purely handmade, limited to 6 units globally. If you want the price, you can search online for it. The internet is still quite developed nowadays. Chu Mengyao was a bit dumbfounded after hearing this. Although Li Changge did not say how expensive his sports car was, he only relied on made purely by hand, limited to 6 units globally. You can tell just how precious this car is. So much so that Chu Mengyao's delicate hands began to tremble as she picked up her phone. After discovering it, despite being mentally prepared, Chu Mengyao couldn't help but let out a low cry. 1 billion. The little face suddenly turned snow-white and lost its color. How can she afford to compensate for a luxury car worth 1 billion yuan? I can't even afford to sell blood or kidneys. Li Changge glanced at Chu Mengyao's paper-colored face. I think you are a student of Tianlan University. Chu Mengyao nodded awkwardly. Since that's the case, I won't make things difficult for you too much. You know, my car is a globally limited edition and purely handmade. If you hit it like this, it must have been sent abroad for major repairs. The maintenance cost starts at a minimum of 100,000 yuan. I won't bully you either. Just give you a small change and compensate me 1 million. Li Changge's voice spoke without emotion. 1 million. Chu Mengyao's throat is a bit dry and hoarse. She can deduct at most a few thousand yuan from her entire body, where can she earn 1 million yuan? Chu Mengyao comes from an ordinary family. Her parents run a small restaurant and earn over 30,000 to 50,000 yuan a year. Not to mention the older brother who has been unemployed for a long time but is in urgent need of getting married. 1 million, not to mention the whole family's hard work. Her whole family is selling blood and kidneys, but they may not be able to repay it in full. At this moment, Chu Mengyao felt a darkness before her eyes. It seems like the whole sky is about to collapse. After calming down, Chu Mengyao blinked her tearful eyes and looked pitifully at Li Changge. Brother, do you think I can come up with 1 million people like this? At this moment, Chu Mengyao is as charming and tearful as a shy flower after a rainstorm. Deeply cherished. If it were someone else, there is a real possibility of being seduced and captivated by her. Be generous in exempting her from compensation and not pursuing too much further. Li Changge doesn't know. Not only that, he also needs to intensify his efforts. Li Changge nodded in agreement with Chu Mengyao's words. I can tell you're a poor college student. Chu Mengyao's face showed a look of shame and embarrassment, but she did not refute. She really doesn't have money. In that case, then notify your parents to come. Li Changge said. Li Changge is naturally very clear about Chu Mengyao's family situation. Not to mention that Chu Mengyao's family cannot afford to repay it. You may not even be able to come up with 50,000 yuan. Even if we can afford it. With the patriarchal personality of Chu Mengyao's parents, it is unlikely that they will put in a lifetime of hard work for her daughter. Their hard-earned money is intended for their son to marry a wife. And Li Changge is going step by step, making Chu Mengyao feel hopeless. Sure enough, upon hearing that Li Changge was going to notify her parents, Chu Mengyao's small face struggled even more. Beiqi clenched on her soft lips. The new book set sail, kneeling down to seek all resources. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. Besides having a pretty face, you also. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Well, brother, can you? Don't let my parents know. Chu Mengyao pleaded. Li Changge squinted his eyes slightly as he looked at her, and his tone began to deteriorate. What do you mean by being poor, having no money, and not wanting your parents to repay you? Can you just say that I'm a good person? Will I let you go like this? I won't let you compensate. The tone was full of sarcasm. No, brother, that's not what I meant. Mengyao anxiously explained. I also want to compensate, but it's just. How can I afford to compensate for 1 million? Brother, even if you sell me, I can't afford to compensate you. In the end, Mengyao, who was crying urgently, was almost incoherent. Who knows? Li Changge took it seriously. You can't afford it, do you want to use your own body to pay off debts? That's okay. Looking up and down at Mengyao under her feet, Li Changge said seriously on her face. Since that's the case, sign a sales contract. Be my maid and nanny, serve me with tea, water, and warm bed for a year, and I'll give you a free 1 million. Upon hearing this, Mengyao's watery big eyes immediately widened. Some are unbelievable. Her unruly tears unconsciously flowed down again. No, you person, how could you do this? Li Changge sneered, how am I? Didn't you just say you wanted to sell yourself for compensation? Selling to someone is not selling, why not save trouble and sell it to me? You're taking advantage of the fire to rob. Mengyao retorted in a weak tone. Taking advantage of the fire to rob. Li Changge smiled. Being a maid and nanny, taking care of me can earn me 1 million yuan in just 1 year, which is considered to elevate you. Are you saying that I took advantage of the situation and robbed you? Do you really think that you are the body of 1,000 gold? Being a maid for a year can earn you 1 million. Oh, it's too presumptuous, isn't it? Not yet, Li Changge continues to repair the knife. To be honest, besides having a pretty face, what value do you have? Suddenly, Mengyao lowered her head in shame and no longer had the courage to defend herself. 1 million is indeed not a small amount. Even if she comes out to work in the future, she won't be able to earn a year. Not to mention earning 1 million, even 500,000 is difficult. Mengyao was somewhat unwilling to have her serve as a slave and maid, serving Li Changge as a maid for a year. However, a year has been too long, Mengyao argued softly. Li Changge sneered, why, unwilling? Okay, that's it then. In Mengyao eyes, there was suddenly hope. His tone has loosened, has his heart softened. Will that let me leave? Unexpectedly, Li Changge's next words directly made Mengyao run away. I don't want to lose money, but I don't agree to sell myself. I want to be a scoundrel. I'll have to report it to the police and take legal action. I believe my lawyer will send you to prison for a meal. You stay inside for 5 to 10 years, and I don't want you to pay for this 1 million. Li Changge speaks calmly and slowly. Don't, big brother, don't do this, please. Mengyao cried and begged. She was really scared by Li Changge. It's also unexpected that this handsome and elegant-looking man in front of me. In fact, my heart is so vicious. Don't bother me. Either compensate me 1 million, or serve me as my maid for a year, or send you to prison for a few years. Choose one yourself, Li Changge threatened. Mengyao's face was pale. Squeezing her lips, hesitating. The thin and petite body trembled, looking particularly pitiful. Seeing the pitiful appearance of the female lead, Li Changge felt very happy in her heart. During the threat process, torturing Mengyao couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. Li Changge was immersed in it and enjoyed the feeling very much. At this moment, Li Changge suddenly remembered that he had just received the prop. Fate Control Card X1. I almost forgot about it. Destiny Control Card. After use, you can select a person, and the host can freely eavesdrop on the target character's voice and view what the target character will experience on the day. Li Changge was a bit curious and lightly touched it. Does the host use a destiny control card? Li Changge glanced at Chu Mengyao, who lowered her head and remained silent, and chose. Use. System. Please ask the host to select the object to bind. Li Changge. Chu Mengyao. System. Binding successful. Soon, Li Changge felt a subtle connection between herself and Chu Mengyao. As if I am in control of her life. Everything about Chu Mengyao is nothing in front of her, with no secrets to speak of. Immediately, Li Changge began to examine the events that Chu Mengyao will experience today. Quickly, a piece of information came to mind. Chu Mengyao cry. Cry. Cry, today was really unlucky. I bumped into an older brother's supercar. He said maintenance costs alone would start at 100,000 yuan. How could I afford so much money? I was scared to tears. Fortunately, this brother is a very polite and kind person. Not only did I get rid of the compensation, but this good brother also said very thoughtfully that he wanted to take me to the hospital, and I was very happy. Brother, he is very kind and even said he wants to recognize me as his younger sister. If there is any need in the future, he can also seek his help. Wow, how could there be such a kind, warm, and elegant wealthy second generation in the world? I feel very lucky to know this brother. Well, I remember this brother's name is Li Changge. Yang Hao is also here. He is really amazing. He managed to fix my leg injury in a few minutes and it didn't hurt that much anymore. I know Yang Hao can treat diseases, but I never expected his medical skills to be so advanced. The new book sets sail, kneeling down to seek all resources. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. What else to be careful of? I will interrupt. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. We thank and bid farewell to Brother Li Changge on the way. Yang Hao said he still needs to apply medicine to me in order to completely cure the scar. I agreed and he took me to his house. When Yang Hao carefully handed me the medicine, I looked at his sunny and handsome face, blushing like a fever. My heart beats so hard, it's terrible. Is it a feeling of heartbeat? Ah. Yang Hao suddenly confessed to me. What should I do now? Although I also have a slight liking for him in my heart, I am at a loss and completely unprepared. Finally, I said I need to consider it for 2 days, and Yang Hao agreed. The predicted event is what should have happened in the original novel. When Li Changge saw the words Yang Hao, a cold light appeared in his eyes. Yang Hao, let's see how I can kill you step by step. As for your confession today, don't try to fulfill it. Because Chu Mengyao is about to fall into my hands, she will never have the chance to become your girlfriend. Don't procrastinate, hurry up, I don't have time to waste with you. After reviewing the events that will happen to Chu Mengyao today, Li Changge didn't have a good expression towards the female lead in front of her. There is no such thing as cherishing fragrance and jade. For this woman, if you don't kill her on the spot, let's burn Gao Xiang. Chu Menyao's knee joint dislocated, and the pain caused by other injuries to her legs and hands made her sweat profusely and profusely. At this moment, Li Changge heard Chu Menyao's voice. Although this person is very handsome, he is really ugly inside. It's absolutely despicable to make such an unreasonable request when I was injured. I hate him to death. There is a clear conflict between Chu Menyao's voice and her attitude towards Li Changge in the predicted events. This indicates that the original storyline has been changed. In the novel, Chu Mengyao is very grateful to Li Changge for exempting herself from compensation. But now, Chu Mengyao has started to dislike Li Changge. Hate oneself. Li Changge's expression remained calm. It doesn't matter. Hate it. Hate it. The more you do this, the more excited I become. Have you made a decision yet? If you drag on any longer, your legs may fall into disability. After becoming a cripple, no matter how beautiful or good-looking you are, I don't think any normal person would want to marry you. Finally, you also have to marry a fool or a disabled person. Li Changge kept wandering and scrutinizing between Chu Mengyao's face and legs, shaking her head incessantly. It feels as if I am truly regretful for her becoming a cripple. Chu Mengyao's beautiful eyes were filled with tears. There was humiliation and fear in both eyes. If she really becomes disabled and loves beauty, she cannot tolerate and accept it. I'm too lazy to nag you. Hurry up and give your parents a call. As long as your parents compensate me 100,000 yuan, I will immediately release you. At this moment, Li Changge also seemed to have lost his last patience. I can't fight, Chu Meng, with a pale face, shook her head firmly and said. She doesn't want to involve her family because of her involvement. I know you don't know how to fight. Li Changge sneered inwardly. If your parents don't give you money, you don't want to compromise, and you don't want to eat a fast food. Well, I have one last suggestion, and you can easily do it. Li Changge revealed his snow-white and shiny teeth. Chu Mengyao's face turned dull, and she had already recognized the man's bad temper in front of her. Naturally, there is no hope for the proposal that Li Changge mentioned. Sure enough. When you limp, my anger subsides. Don't doubt my personality. I can do anything. Li Changge threatened. Okay, I agree. The girl, with a crying voice, finally succumbed helplessly. Li Changge's threat worked. She is such a beautiful girl, of course afraid of disability. To become a cripple for 100,000. Agreeing is not normal. However, even so. Chu Mengyao, with a pair of watery eyes, looked warily at Li Changge and said. But what I want to be clear about is that during this year, you cannot touch me or do anything out of line with me. Okay, this is just a transaction. Li Changge agreed. After finishing speaking, Li Changge walked back to the black sports car, took a pen and paper, and wrote for a while. Then, he handed the paper and pen to Chu Mengyao. Sign and read it word for word. Under Chu Mengyao's slightly confused eyes, Li Changge gave a reason. I must make a video to prove this. Double insurance. As he spoke, Li Changge took out a mobile phone and urged Chu Mengyao, who was still in a daze, to hurry up. Chu Mengyao. In fact, Chu Mengyao really wants to imitate someone else's handwriting, sign this name, and then play tricks not to recognize it. Although she is a well-behaved girl. But there is no psychological burden in deceiving a villain. But I didn't expect Li Changge to be so cautious. Too cunning. I also thought of double insurance. Here you are. After signing her own name, Chu Mengyao became disheartened. I don't understand human language, do I? Immediately. Hold the contract, look at the camera, and read it out loud. Li Changge said sternly. Chu Mengyao was trembling with fear. Looking into Li Changge's eyes, she was filled with resentment. Then, she gritted her teeth and said, Chu Mengyao got hit, you. You. What are you? Is that you or me? Remember, my name is Li Changge. Let's be more specific later. If you're any more careful, I'll break your other leg. Li Changge frowned in a threatening manner. The new book set sail, kneeling down to seek all resources. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. Chu Mengyao, who dares not face the male lead, seeking. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Although you are indeed very handsome, you have no manners at all. And you are very rude to girls. You are a very bad person. Chu Mengyao pouted and stared coldly at Li Changge. Stop talking nonsense and want me to be polite to you. You don't deserve it. You. Chu Mengyao's beautiful eyes were filled with tears. Read it quickly. Oh, okay, don't be so harsh. It scared me. Mengyao was ultimately defeated. On the morning of October 10, 2010, Mengyao collided with Li Changge's sports car. Because I couldn't afford to pay a compensation of 1 million yuan, therefore, I am willing to work as a maid for Li Changge for a year to offset a debt of 1 million yuan. During this period, Li Changge cannot touch me, let alone do anything beyond my capacity. The last one was added by Mengyao herself. Li Changge doesn't mind either. Can't I touch you? Do not do anything beyond your capacity. That's not something you can choose. Not bad, very good. Li Changge put away his phone, encrypted and saved the video, and came to Mengyao. Bend down. Ah. What are you doing? Ah, it hurts a lot. Can't you be a little lighter? Ah. It hurts so much. It hurts so much. Help. Don't you have empathy? Why is your heart so hard? Ah. Bad guys, bad guys. Big bad guys, stinky eggs. Mengyao was forcibly pulled out of the electric bike by Li Changge, causing her to moan and cry in pain, tears streaming down her face. The injury has worsened a bit. Finally, Princess Li Changge hugged her. Embraced in her arms, Mengyao shed painful tears and struggled to punch Li Changge in the chest. It doesn't hurt at all. You deliberately tortured me. Li Changge did not deny it either. Yes, it was intentionally torturing you. Did you only realize it now? It's really stupid enough. Mengyao really hated Li Changge, who didn't know how to cherish fragrance and jade at all. When she looked at Li Changge, it seemed like she could shoot a knife in her eyes. How dare you still stare at me like this? Haha. Li Changge sneered at the corners of his mouth. Who would get used to you? He's not polite either. Immediately, he threw away the person he was holding in his arms. Mengyao's petite body was shaken and then caught. Ah, it hurts, it hurts. Woo-woo, my leg seems to be broken. Please take me to the hospital. Please. Mengyao begged for mercy, and the hatred in her eyes disappeared. At this moment, she looked as pitiful as a gentle kitten begging its owner. Li Changge felt relieved in his heart. I can't cure you. But at this moment, a deep and magnetic male voice rang out from behind. Is it Mengyao? What's wrong with you? Why did you get hurt, Mengyao? Who hurt you? Mengyao is very familiar with this voice. She couldn't help but look sideways at the direction of the sound. I saw a sunny and handsome boy wearing a green t-shirt coming to their side. Suddenly, Mengyao's face was filled with embarrassment and shame. She hid her head in Li Changge's chest and whispered. Li Changge, let go of me, my classmate will see the misunderstanding. She dare not face this boy whom she has a good impression of. Shut up, woman. Li Changge retorted. Just sign the contract, remember, now you are my maid. You are already my person, who are you afraid of misunderstanding? Li Changge knew who came without looking. Who else is there besides his mother protagonist Yang Hao? This dog thing. This friend, if you hand over Mengyao to me, I can cure her leg injury. Obviously, Yang Hao also noticed that Mengyao's leg was injured. However, his voice was clearly filled with displeasure. Even a little angry. Yang Hao's parents passed away early, and his grandfather raised him and taught him a mysterious medical skill. Yang Hao looked at Mengyao's calf injury, which was a dislocation of the knee joint. It's just a minor illness. He can easily cure this. At this point, Yang Hao reached out to pick up Mengyao. I wouldn't even think if Mengyao would agree. Even more so, it directly ignores Li Changge's unsightly expression. The protagonist in the urban vernacular written by the sand sculptor is so direct and confident. Go away. Li Changge was very unhappy and cursed bitterly, "Damn it, if you dare to touch my woman, believe me and kill you. You son of a bitch, do you know I'm going to humiliate you? You waited for half a day before coming. Your woman. Is Chu Mengyao your girlfriend?" Yang Hao's face was shocked and he didn't react for a moment. Immediately, Yang Hao denied it without hesitation, "Impossible. I am well aware that Chu Mengyao doesn't have a boyfriend." "Chu Mengyao, who is this man? Why does he impersonate your boyfriend?" Looking at the enchanting girl, Yang Hao's words were filled with anxiety and questioning. Chu Mengyao was instantly speechless, unsure of how to answer. His gaze was erratic, and he dared not touch Yang Hao's eyes. Li Changge squinted her eyes and heard Chu Mengyao's voice. "Oh, how can I say it out loud? Do you want to tell Yang Hao that I agree to be the maid of this villain for a year, just because I crashed into a sports car and didn't have money to pay him 1 million? This is ridiculous. What a shame, Mengyao, what's wrong with you?" Yang Hao continued to ask. "What's going on here? Tell me quickly. The names have all changed. It seems urgent. The new book sets sail, kneeling down to seek all resources. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. Huangdi Neijing plus 50 years of internal power cultivation. You are listening at novel full.audio. Chu Mengyao held her small head and dared not speak, pretending to be a little quail. Still kind-heartedly Changge explained with a cold smile. She hit my beloved car and didn't have money to compensate, so she took the initiative to be my woman and use her body to repay. Chu Mengyao, you're too embarrassed to say that, right? Okay. Let me speak for you. Give you another fire. Chu Mengyao was shocked. She didn't expect Li Changge to be so bad. We'll reverse black and white like this. She no longer worried about anything else and looked up at Li Changge, cursing in a coquettish voice. Li Changge, you're talking nonsense. You are so bad, you will definitely go to hell in the future. You big rascal, big bastard. Seeing Chu Mengyao's reaction, Yang Hao also breathed a sigh of relief and felt much more at ease. Xiao Chu is not such a person, I believe in her. Yang Hao also spoke out in support of authenticity. Chu Mengyao was embraced so intimately by Li Changge, which really pricked Yang Hao. Yang Hao felt a sense of crisis in his heart. No longer conceal your love for the girl. Good guy. They all kissed directly. Their nickname is Hu Xiao Chu. Will you just kneel down and confess your feelings later? Li Changge's face was cold and he smiled coldly. How is my woman? Who do you want to judge? What the hell are you? Yang Hao was resolute, with a look of no oil or salt entering, and spoke confidently without showing any weakness. I don't believe Xiao Chu would agree to be your girlfriend. He he. Familiar belly black Luo Li girl's laughter. Host, the selection task has arrived again. Black selection system. When encountering the life and death enemy Yang Hao, the host has the following choices. 1. The villain died from talking too much, not too much, just come forward and do it. Kill Yang Hao directly and seek revenge for the pitiful you in the novel, reward. 1 divine weapon, heavenly sword and dragon saber. 2. Punk Yang Hao in the eye, break his leg, and let him taste the feeling of being blind and lame, reward. Peerless martial arts, electric light dragon diamond, plus sunflower classic. 3. Killing pig heart, in front of Chu Mengyao, disabled Yang Hao's third leg, reward. 1 Hercules pill, plus 30 years of internal power cultivation. 4. Killing the heart, bullying Chu Mengyao in front of Yang Hao, shamelessly humiliating the two of them, reward. Yellow Emperor's inner Canon, plus 50 years of cultivation. Choose, host. The reward for this mission is surprisingly generous. Divine weapons, unparalleled martial arts, elixirs, and internal power cultivation are all very good. Of course, except for the Sunflower Encyclopedia. As for the ancient masterpiece, Huangdi Neijing, it is even more fragrant. Compared to directly slaughtering Yang Hao, of course, torturing him a little bit is more soothing and interesting. Furthermore, it is unrealistic to complete the first three choices with one's current strength. Without hesitation, Li Changge decisively chose the fourth option. System, I selected the fourth option. He. The host's choice is very pleasant, and I strongly agree with it. The system chuckled. Select complete. System prompt. The Yellow Emperor's inner canon and 50 years of internal power cultivation have been credited to the account. Host, please check it carefully. In an instant, Li Changge felt that there was a lot of hidden and profound knowledge in his mind. My whole body started to heat up slightly, as if taking a bath. After the reaction, the whole body feels very smooth, comfortable, and full of strength. Li Changge understood that this is the Yellow Emperor's inner canon and the 50-year cultivation. In fact, as a medical classic, the Yellow Emperor's inner canon is also a highly advanced martial arts technique. Otherwise, it wouldn't be priced in the Blackened store either. 100,000 Blackened values. Looking at Yang Hao's expression of, I don't believe it, and, don't lie to me, Li Changge felt a bit unhappy. So, Li Changge pretended to be thoughtful and said. So, how do you believe it? How about Chu Mengyao and I do some things that men and women should do to prove to you? Speaking, Li Changge looked at Chu Mengyao and suggested. Come on, let's have a French stability. Upon hearing Li Changge's shameless remarks, Chu Mengyao frowned and couldn't help but curse. Li Changge, you're so shameless. How could it be, sob. Before she could finish speaking her words, Li Changge sealed them with a sealing technique. Chu Mengyao is really confused. Chu Mengyao's face quickly turned red, almost dizzy with anger. When she met Li Changge's playful gaze, she, who was both shy and angry, now only wanted to stay far away from Li Changge. But the pain from the wound on her waist made her full of flaws. She almost wanted to die being bullied by this shameless man so much. Big tears rolled down. Endless shame made her tremble with anger. Chu Mengyao's heart was shattered. She didn't know she was so unlucky. How could she have encountered such a useless person? Master, your heart is blackening. The blackening value is +2, the physique is +10, and you can obtain the item. Bad luck rune X5, Master, your right hand is unwilling to fall behind and has also started to blacken out. The blackening value is +10, the physique is +5, and you have obtained the skill. Divine Hand. Just at this moment, Li Changge was focused on his main task and neglected to pay attention. In front of the sports car, Yang Hao looked at the scene incredulously. The girl I really like was firmly kissed by another man right in front of me. They kissed so seriously. Originally, Yang Hao was going to confess to Chu Mengyao today. But why did this happen? No. Why? 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 The new book set sail, kneeling down to seek all resources. No. Why? 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 The new book set sail, kneeling down to seek all resources. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Playing with the female protagonist makes you feel ashamed to face the protagonist. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After 3 soul inquiries, Yang Hao could only endure the anger in his heart and comfort himself forcefully. This is impossible. Chu Mengyao, like me, definitely likes me. How could she kiss other men? This was not her initiative. She must have been forced by this shameless bastard. Thinking of this, Yang Hao felt a surge of anger in his heart and shouted angrily. Stop talking. Let go of Xiao Chu, you bastard. After a period of time, Li Changge slowly left Chu Mengyao's mouth, still unsatisfied, and glanced at Yang Hao. What's bothering you when we kiss as a couple? If you can't keep watching, why don't you just curse at me? Are you a pervert? Yang Hao said angrily, You. Yang Hao pointed at Li Changge, panting heavily with anger. There was a leak in my speech. In terms of eloquence, he cannot compare to Li Changge's sharp tongue. Yang Hao is working hard to calm his mind and plans to temporarily ignore Li Changge. He suppressed his anger and looked at Chu Mengyao. Yang Hao hopes that Chu Mengyao can voluntarily propose to leave this shameless and despicable person. As long as Chu Mengyao speaks, he will take action and snatch Chu Mengyao back from Li Changge's embrace. There are also legitimate reasons to take action and harshly teach this disgusting guy a lesson. But Chu Mengyao's head is still in a hazy state. Despite the residual blush on the face, it adds a touch of beauty. But his eyes were empty, and he no longer had a desire for love. Li Changge, this bastard, doesn't understand at all. First kiss, how important it is for a clean and self-loving girl. Yes. How could a bad person like him care about his feelings? He obviously likes to torture and bully me. Chu Mengyao's eyes quietly looked at Yang Hao, feeling both helpless and sad in her heart. At this moment, Chu Mengyao's voice came. What should I do? What should I do? I actually kissed someone in front of Yang Hao. What a shame. Oh, how will I face him in the future? After hearing it, Li Changge was really amused. Chu Mengyao, you have already fallen into my hands, still thinking about how to face Yang Hao. Haha. Don't worry, I will make it even harder for you to face Yang Hao in the future. Don't thank me. Chu Mengyao, with a gloomy expression, struggled in Li Changge's arms for a while without success before giving up. She placed her hope on Yang Hao. Although she only has a classmate relationship with Yang Hao, she has feelings for him. After falling into the hands of Li Changge, she was helpless and unable to resist. But how she wished Yang Hao could save her from being a singer like Li Changge. Seeing Chu Mengyao's struggling expression in her eyes, Li Changge casually patted her buttocks and said. What are you struggling with? Don't you remember that kiss just now? You weren't quite invested just now. If you like it, I will kiss you 100 times a day. You're all mine now. I'm sure we'll have enough time to do shy things in the future. Li Changge won one after another without mercy, infuriating Chu Mengyao like a red apple in the cold winter. Li Changge, you villain will only take advantage of me. If you take advantage of me again, I will definitely. Chu Mengyao wanted to say threatening words. But for a moment, I couldn't think of anything that could threaten Li Changge. What will you do? Just ignore me. Still ignoring me. Li Changge was simply amused. Yes. Su Mengyao nodded seriously. I won't talk to you, let alone talk to you in the future. Li Changge turned to look at Yang Hao and smiled, saying. Look, is this a threat to me or a threat to me? Or, like a woman I spoil? Are you playing coquettish with me? Just now. Li Changge and Chu Mengyao were flirting like real lovers. Whether it's the conversation or the expressions displayed. At this time, Yang Hao. His teeth creaked and his knuckles turned white, clenched tightly in his fist. Nails are deeply ingrained in the flesh of the palm, and Chu Mengyao, already shyly and indignantly expressing her dissatisfaction with her delicate pink fist. Bad guy, you're really shameless. When did I act like a spoiled woman to you? What are you talking nonsense about? The small fist kept hitting Li Changge's chest. It doesn't hurt at all. That's it. Feeling dejected, Yang Hao watched helplessly as Li Changge lifted Chu Mengyao into the car. The flirtatious conversation between two people is like a needle piercing through their hearts. Drops of bleeding, heart-wrenching pain. A hint of coldness flashed in Yang Hao's eyes, and he reluctantly murmured and roared in his heart. No, Chu Mengyao and I are truly in love. I can feel that Xiao Chu likes me. Chu Mengyao is mine. She can only be mine, I must take her away from that guy. Yang Hao's expression appeared fierce, and his sunny and handsome face was a bit terrifying. Li Changge, you damn it. My heart roared. At this moment, Yang Hao can no longer care about anything else. He, whose heart was already filled with anger, now wanted to teach Li Changge a hard lesson. With a flip of his palm, 2 10-centimeter-long silver needles quietly appeared in Yang Hao's palm. Cold light flickered faintly in the sunlight. At the same time, the system prompt sounds. Attention! Attention! Yang Hao is about to take action and wants to shoot the host with a silver needle. Please be prepared. Upon hearing these words, Li Changge couldn't help but sneer in his heart. Dog thing, angry and ashamed, finally can't help but take action. Otherwise, I really thought you were a green-haired ninja turtle. The new book set sail, kneeling down to seek all resources. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. Dare to make a move. I pierced your waist. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Only see. Yang Hao held the 2 silver needles between his fingers and palms, secretly exerting his luck. Immediately, he aimed at the secret hole on Li Changge's knees and fiercely swung it away. Yang Hao's heart was still racing. Don't you just rely on being a wealthy second generation. What are you barking at? Money is great. Can we do whatever we want? I'll cripple your legs first, making it impossible for you to take care of yourself. Look at how arrogant you are. Yang Hao had anticipated how Li Changge would mourn and fall to the ground next. By the way, when I take Chu Mengyao away, I will also humiliate Li Changge to the fullest. Yang Hao secretly felt proud in his heart. And on Li Changge's side. Obtained the Yellow Emperor's inner Canon, supplemented by 50 years of cultivation. Now Li Changge's strength has already surpassed Yang Hao. Even if the system does not prompt, Li Changge will still be the first to notice Yang Hao's surprise attack. After all, it is impossible for oneself not to have a heart and guard against such humiliation towards Yang Hao. But look! Li Changge, who was facing Yang Hao's attack with his back, suddenly took a turn in his footsteps and turned his body sideways for a small range. The embrace of Chu Mengyao did not affect his movements. Just as those 2 silver needles approached, Li Changge quickly took action. The right palm, which had already been fully charged, seemed to lightly and casually catch the silver needle. Taking advantage of the situation, he turned around and shot the 2 silver needles backwards towards Yang Hao's side. A needle was directed towards the hidden hole on Yang Hao's right knee. The other one runs directly through Yang Hao's waist. The speed is fast, the strength is fierce. And Yang Hao's recent assassination tactics are completely out of the same level. So much so that Yang Haogen didn't have time to react. Your right hand is satisfied with your masterpiece and has turned black again, with a blackening value of +3 and stamina of +3. Reward. Unfortunately, you didn't get much this time. Yang Hao's proud expression didn't last long, and he only felt a soft sensation on his right knee, without any sensation. My body swayed and I almost couldn't stand steadily. One after another, a painful cone of the heart swept over the lower abdomen and kidneys. Yang Hao snorted heavily, his body like a cooked shrimp, his arched back tightly covering his lower abdomen. Do Da's sweat rubbed out, but Yang Hao's face changed dramatically. How could it be? I was originally planning to plot against Li Changge, but unexpectedly, I was killed in retaliation. I didn't expect Li Changge, this wealthy second generation, to be a master. He's stronger than himself. Li Changge threw Chu Mengyao onto the passenger seat. Moving on to the driver's seat, opened the car door. Li Changge turned his head and looked at Yang Haodao, who was looking extremely gloomy and unattractive on the front. Yang Hao, I warn you that if you dare to think about my woman again, I will break your 3 legs. If you don't believe it, you can give it a try. As we prepare to leave, I accidentally came across the item bar on the system interface. Misfortune card X5. Bad luck card. After use, the selected target will experience continuous bad luck in the following day. Li Changge's heart twitched and he immediately used it. Target audience for the use of the bad luck card. Yang Hao. Successfully used. A black talisman was casually ejected into Yang Hao's body by Li Changge. Drive in, start the car, and drive away directly. In the roar and roar of a fierce beast, the sports car raced away. Bringing up a strong exhaust, it rushed straight towards Yang Hao's facade. Cough, cough. Damn it. Yang Hao, who was holding his waist, coughed painfully with his eyes closed while fanning the air in front of him. Disheveled and disheveled, quite disheveled. Under intense coughing, it drives the injured abdomen and waist. Make the already bleeding abdomen even more bleeding. Scarlet blood soaked most of Yang Hao's green T-shirt, which looked out of place. Oh no, we need to find a place to quickly treat the wound. In the short term, I'm afraid we won't be able to exert force anymore. Yang Hao, holding his abdomen, muttered to himself with an ugly expression on his face. The injury to the right leg is still okay. But the fierce shot that pierced through the kidneys didn't feel very good. If we hit the key directly, I will die by myself. At the thought of this, Yang Hao's face couldn't help but become increasingly gloomy. A master's move is deadly. The difference between strong and weak can be seen with just one move. Compared to Li Changge, I am not at all inferior. At the thought of this, Yang Hao surged into a frenzy of incompetence. Damn it. However, Yang Hao is the protagonist of this world and the son of fate. Soon, Yang Hao adjusted his mentality and stabilized. On his handsome disheveled gray face, he regained his honey confidence. Li Changge, I remember you now. Do you think money is great? One day I will make you kneel on the ground and beg for me. After this incident, Yang Hao understood the gap between himself and Li Changge. I am temporarily unable to confront Li Changge head-on. But in terms of medical skills, this is still a breakthrough. Yang Hao has absolute confidence in the medical skills he inherited from his mysterious grandfather. Now, Li Changge can crush herself from all aspects. This can be considered a lesson learned. I need to hibernate and wait for the opportunity. Then give Li Changge a fatal blow. After making a secret decision, Yang Hao covered his waist and limped back to school. Originally, Yang Hao was thinking of going out to do part-time work. Chu Mengyao's part-time job is not feasible, so she can only return to her dormitory. At this point, the effect of the unlucky spell has just been triggered. Somehow, a black volt suddenly rushed out ahead. The speed is very fast, and I'm about to crash into Yang Hao. Scared, Yang Hao's heart skipped a beat. The new book set sail, kneeling down to seek all resources. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.